Start. Hello everyone, this is Aravinda Nanda is going to start. Today's topic is about introduction to MySQL. So last class already discussed about different theoretical concept of what is a database, what is a data, how we can manipulate the data, what is the advantages and disadvantages of using the database, what are the three level architecture or three views of data, external view, conceptual view and physical view or storage, may you can say physical storage maybe, or you can say view is also called as labels, three level architecture of database. Then some concepts about RDBMS. When a relational concept is added with database, it is called your relational database. Basically the basic root whatever you know from database, that is also available in RDBMS. Besides that, some new concept are added in RDBMS, that is your normalization is a concept, transaction is a concept, you can say relational algebra, relational calculus. So these are the some extra chapters in RDBMS. So basically we represent the data in a row and column manner in a tabular form, that is called your relations. So that is called your relational database. Basically it follows the relational models. So whatever the data you enter, that will be stored in a row and column manner in a table. The number of rows in a table is called the cardinality or number of records, and the number of columns is called field or attributes that are already discussed, number of rows and number of columns, that is that are already covered, and different keys already discussed. What are the keys? Basically the primary key, foreign key, candidate keys. Okay. So you remember that number of records is called cardinality, and degree of a relation means number of columns or attribute or fields. Different keys are primary key means it should not be null, it is a unique identifiers the records, and it should not be null. Candidate key, when one key is not sufficient to determine the non key values, at that place you can take more than one keys to determine the records. So among the candidate keys, one is considered as a primary key, the other is called as alternate key. So already discussed about the foreign keys. What is the foreign key? Let R and S are two relations. If an A attribute which is a key for one relation, and that field is a non key for another relations, and there is a relation between two tables, that is called your reference. One table reference to another table, obviously there is a relationship between two tables. So that is called your foreign key. Again the foreign key should not be null, as it is a key for one table, so it should not be again null. So these are the very simple concepts or basic concepts about DBMS, RDBMS, that is already covered. So today's class is about MySQL. What is a MySQL? So MySQL is an important open source relational database management system. Open source means it is available freely in internet, you can download without any cost, freely available in internet, you can freely download it. It is one of the RDBMS relational database available in the market. So basically it is the most popular RDBMS being used for the web based applications, client server computing. Basically it is developed by MySQL AB, Okay. So that is market, it is developed, market and supported by MySQL AV, which is a Swedish company. It is one of the company that developed. It is the name of the company is MySQL AV. According to their name, the name is MySQL. MySQL AV is a company who develop and market this product and develop MySQL AV. So, it is a Swedish company, Sweden company, it is the country Sweden, Swedish, that is called a Swedish company, develop MySQL. So, basically it is a relational database management system, RDBMS. So, this is the basic ideas or theoretical concepts. So, MySQL is a database, relational database, but what are the language here? SQL is a language. MySQL is a relational database and SQL is what? SQL is a structural query language. It is a structure query language. SQL is a structure query language. Structured query language. So, by using this language we can create the database, insert records, delete records, different operation we perform on a MySQL database. So, basically it is a database name, relational database name is MySQL and SQL is a language. So, most of the times the question is asking MySQL is a language? No, MySQL is a relational database name, is a MySQL, it is developed by MySQL AV. Similarly, Oracle is a database name developed by Oracle Corporation and SQL is a language used in Oracle. Similarly, MySQL is a relational database management system and SQL is a structure query language we are using in MySQL. Okay. So, before classify the SQL, first I will discuss about what are the different data types we are using in MySQL. Like your C language, different data types, integer data type, float data type, character data type, string data type. So, different data type we are using in C language or maybe in C++ language. Before using any data, so you have to declare what type of it is, whether it is a integer type of data, whether it is a floating type of data, whether it is a double type of data, whether it is a character type of data. So, you have to declare what type of data it is. Similarly, before using any data in MySQL database, you have to classify data types, MySQL data types. Now, basically what are the data types? Numeric data type, string type, date and time type. So, numeric type, date type, date and time also, date and time, and these are string type. So, these are three important data type we are using in, that is in MySQL. So, numeric means number, integer type you can say, or floating type values we are using. Integer type, floating type, double is the size, double of the float size, like your floating number, double number. So, double type you are using C language, float and double type. Double is basically the double size of float, decimal point, a number having a decimal point. So, number type you can declare, suppose roll number is a number type. So, number type is like this. So, numeric type you can classify like this, it is a integer type, integer, or you can say it is a number, integer, or you can say it is a number type, or you can say that is a float type, or you can say double type, maybe double type or decimal, you can say decimal type, or you can say that is double type. So, these are different types of so number means what? Int means integer number. So, integer type means it is a number type. Number type means without any decimal points. Suppose I will declare like this roll number. So, roll number is of which type? Roll number is of integer type or is a number type. Let it be size is 5. So, I give the size. What is the size of that particular roll number? Roll number is of which type? It is a number type or integer type. What is the size? The size is 5. Okay. So, decimal is obviously there is a decimal point m comma d. M comma d means so integer type you declare like this. So, it is a particular, you can write this number what is the size, you give the size. Decimal similarly you can declare decimal m comma d. M comma d means suppose one salary is 7,525 rupees, let it be 0.25. So, m is the total length of that particular digits or numbers, and d means how many numbers are present after the decimal point. Suppose the number is like this 105.25. So, after decimal point there are 2 digits. So, d value will be 2. After decimal point how many? That is 2. So, then what is the total length? Total length is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, this value is 6 and this is 2. 2 means after decimal point the value will be 2. So, double is like this similar manner. You write double m comma d. M means total length of that particular and d is again after decimal points. So, basically double is the just double size of the decimals. Like your float and double you take in C language, the similar concept is here. Similar, the next is your date format. Suppose one's age, student age, I want to insert the age of a particular student or employee. So, age must be a date type, you can assign the date type. What is the format of date type? Year, month, date. You can, the date type is like this, date is of which format? If format is like that, first is year, then month, then date. So, that means suppose 2020, month is suppose 03, date is suppose 28. So, this is the format of date. This format you provide the values. Suppose date of birth is like that 28th March 2020, you provide this format. First is year, then this field is month, then this is a date format. Age is when you declare age is a variable, it is of which type? It is a date type. What is a type? The type is a date. Which type it is? It is a date type. Okay. So, it is which type? It is a date type. With this, so when you enter the values, we provide these formats: year, month, and date format. Then date time. Date time may be, what is a date time? Age is a date type. Date type means in this format you can provide when you insert the values. When you declare the variables, you declare this format, age is of which type? Date type. When you insert the values, you insert like this format: year, then month, then date format. The next format is date time. Date time. So, date time is what? So, date as well as the time will come. So, another format is date time. Date time format. Date time format, what it will shows? Year, month, date as well as hour, minute, second. So, as this is a date is format is year, then month, then date, then this is for date, then time is hour, minute, then second, hour, minute and second, SS, for minute and SS for second. Date and time format. This is a date format is year first, then month, then date. Hour like that, suppose for example, suppose year is 2020, month is March, date is suppose 28. Hour is suppose 2 hours, 3 minutes, 20 seconds. So, this is the format you can prove by providing the values, that is this is a date time format. If this is a only simple time format, if you time the format is time is only you provide the time. So, that time is like this HH, then then SS. So, what that is hour, minute and second. So, you put the columns, not that is space. So, like this the column is there. So, this column format you can put year, month, date, hour, minute, second, everywhere there is a column. So, this is a year, this is a month, this is a date, this is a hour, this is minute, this is second. If it is a date and time format, if only date will be year, month and day will be show. If it is a date and time format, year as well as hour, minute, second will show you. If it is a time format, hour, minute and second will show you. So, you provide the data in this format. The string type is basically two types, character varchars, string. Character type, another is varchar. Varchar means variable characters. So, the character means it will accept the only characters. Suppose the name is a character type. What is the size? You provide the size is, let it be 20. So, when you declare the name of a student, suppose name, it is of which type? It is a character type. What is the size? Let the size is 20. But suppose what is the difference between varchar? So, here the size is 0 to 255, that means 256 maximum 256 characters you can insert, that is the length. 0 to 255 means how much? 256 number of characters you can insert. The size, this is the size of character. If I want to insert more than that, so then the character will not accept. So, varchar is a variable characters, more than 255 characters it will accept. Another difference is character, if you declare a variable as a character type means only character will assign. Suppose another variable, suppose address I am declaring varchar 2, suppose 50. So, if you declare varchar 2, it will accept character as well as number, both. If you declare number type, integer type, it will accept integer. If you declare double type or decimal type, it will accept the integer with a decimal point. If you declare character type, the name only characters, there is no number is allowed. If you declare varchar, both character and number will be allowed. Suppose I will declare like this, address is 24 Forest Park, like this. So, 24 is a number, Forest Park is a sequence of characters. So, if you declare character, this number will be not accept. So, if you declare varchar, then the number as well as the character will accept. So, this is the character and varchar. Then classification of SQL. So, the structural query language we are using in MySQL or any database may be, Oracle may be, we are using SQL, structural query language or structure query language. So, you can classify the SQL is of different types. What are different types or classifications of SQL statements? Because MySQL is a relational database and SQL is a language we are using to perform different operation in a MySQL database. Classifications. You can classify SQL is of different types. Basically, it is of 4 types, that is called data definition language, DDL, or you can say commands. SQL command is classified into 4 groups or 4 types, or DDL statement, you can say statement or commands. Data definition language, data definition language. Second one is DML, data manipulation data manipulation language. Data definition language, data manipulation, D for data, M for manipulation, L for language. D for data, D for definition, L for language. Data definition language, data manipulation language. DCL, data control language. D for data, C for control, L for language. Then next one is TCL, transaction control language. Transaction control language. The whole commands, SQL commands, or you can say statement, you can classify into 4 groups. One is your DDL, DML, DCL and TCL. The whole statement or commands we can classify into 4 groups. Basically, some of the commands which commands are coming under DDL and which command is coming under DML and which commands are coming under DCL and which command is coming under TCL. DDL means data definition language. You have to define means create something, create, alter, draft, rename. So, these are the commands which is coming under create. So, create is a command or it is a statement used to create a database or create a table, create command. Alter is also another command, it is also used alter, draft, rename, alter, draft, rename. So, these are the commands which is coming under data definition language. Similarly, data manipulation, the command is select. Select is a command is used in data manipulation. Select means select the records from the database. So, create command means to create the table or create the database. So, before inserting any records, first you have to create the tables. So, after the creation is over, you have to insert some records. After insertion, you can select the records and display on your computer screen. So, select is a command, it is used in data manipulation language. Next, another command, so many commands are there, I will write some of the commands. Insert is also a command. So, it is again coming under the data manipulation. Next one is your delete. Delete is also a command used in data manipulation. Delete means delete the records. I want to delete a particular record, suppose a particular student or employee left the organization. So, his or her record may be deleted from the database. So, delete command is used to delete the records by providing some conditions. Delete star means all the records are deleted. Delete some specific records, you provide some conditions. According to the condition, the record will be deleted from the table. Then next for DCL. DCL means data control language. So, who will provide the control permission means provide the permission, the super user will provide the permission. So, controlling the database, that means accessing, who will access which part of the database. The database is a huge, the database contains number of tables. Okay. Let it be student table, employee table, course table, books table, there are so many tables are there. The books table contains the book information, the student tables contains student information or student data. Then course table contains course data, employee table contains employee data. So, which part of the database will be used by which user, that permission will be granted by the super user. So, grant and revoke are two important commands used here, grant, revoke. Grant and revoke. Grant means the provide permission, to different user, which part of the database will be used by the which user. So, who will provide the permission? We are the users. So, the super user, those are called the database administrator. The database administrator is the super user. The database administrator will provide the permission to which part of the database will be used by the which user. That permission is called grant permission. Revoke permission means what are the permission is already granted, that will be withdraw. Suppose I am providing a permission to a particular user to read, write and update a particular table. Next time I want to withdraw the permission from that particular person. So, that is why granted the permission, then withdraw the permission. The command is revoke. Revoke means withdraw. What are the permission is granted, that you can taken back, or permission will be denied or cancelled, that is called your revoke. Then TCL. TCL means transaction control. We are performing different transactions in day to day activities. Okay. Like suppose you are writing C program or any programs, or you write simple type a document. After writing the document, you save it. If you are not saving, if the current will goes out, then everything will be vanished from your screen, let it be from memory. If you save it, one copy is already saved in a secondary device. In the further time when the current is come, then you can retrieve your files. If you not save, then everything will be lost. The similar concept is there. We are performing some transaction. So, one command is there, that is your commit. So, commit means save. After performing the transaction, we are performing some different transactions, day to day activities, read something, update something, write something, these are the basically transactions. After the completion of the transaction, I will write commit. Commit means the update value is already saved in a database. So, that is used for your save purposes. Permanently one copy is saved in a database. If you not press commit, the value is not saved in a database. The commit is a command that is used in TCL. Rollback is another, save point is another, rollback, save point. So, there are different type of commands we are using transaction control. Rollback means suppose there are 100 lines of code, already 50 lines of code is already executed, I want to go back to let it be 20th line. So, rollback command is to go back to a particular statement. Save point means it is just a pointer, it will point to a particular line. When a particular line is executed, the pointer is indicated that particular line. If any failure occurs, then we should not again start from the beginning. So, where the failure occurs, from that point onwards we will continue when the failure recovery. So, there are different purposes we can use these commands. So, rollback, commit, save point. I will explain one with one examples each. So, one by one. Today, I will discuss about only the first one, DDL. The first category of the commands is of DDL, data definition language or data definition commands. DDL, data definition language commands, or you can say statements. The first statement is a create statement. Create is a command. The first command is a create command. What the command is used? In SQL prompt, you write the commands. The first command is a create command. What is the use of the command? This command is used to create the database, to create the table. First, I will create the database. How to create? So, create command means to create something. What create? Create database. What create? Create tables. So, this command is used to create table and create the database. So, this is a database having, in a database you can create multiple tables. So, let this is a database. Database you provide some name of the database. This database having number of tables. This database having number of tables. Suppose student table. Suppose this is a employee table. Employee. Suppose this is a course database, a table course. So, this database contains number of tables. So, you have to create the tables and you can create the database. Create the database and open it. Inside the database you can create multiple tables. Okay, the table may be created and database may be created. First, how to create the database? The create command. The create command is used to create the database and the create command is used to create the tables. Collection of tables to form a database. So, database contains number of tables. So, how to create a database? Create database. First, I will create a database. So, what is the command? The command is create. Create database name. The syntax is create, you write database. What you create? We are creating the database. So, you provide the database name. What are the database name is? You give database name. So, at the end you provide the semicolon. Semicolon indicates the end of the statement. So, for example, suppose I will give create database name, whatever the give you give, your college name may be you give. Database is suppose whatever the name you give, let it be Aru. So, that means one database is created. So, its name is Aru. What is Aru? Aru is a database. So, in the name of Aru, we are getting a database, the database name is Aru. Okay. So, database is created, you have to select the current database. What command you use? Select the current database for the use purposes. So, first you have to create the database. What is the database? The database name is Aru. That means, one database is created, the name of the database is Aru. The next command is select for current database. You can select the current database for the use purposes. Okay. So, what you write? Use database name, select current database, select current database. Select current database means the database you are created. So, what database I am creating? The name of the database is what? Aru. In the name of Aru, one database is created. I want to select it for the use purposes. So, how to select the current database? It is already created in a memory. So, you have to select the current database for the use purposes. So, you write use, the syntax is use database name, database name. So, which database you want to use? You write use Aru, because the current database we are creating the name is Aru. So, you use the Aru for the current purposes. Okay. Suppose for the further time, suppose this database is not required or it is no more use, you want to delete the database. Database is created, database is deleted, table is created, table may be deleted. If it is not required for further time or future time, you may delete the database. So, delete database. How to delete? Delete database. Create the database, the command is create. Delete the database means the command is drop. Drop is a command, drop database, then you provide the name of the database. What are the which database we want to delete? Database name. Suppose you are creating the database name is Aru. I want to delete it. It is not required for further time. So, that is why I will write drop database. Which database you want to drop? The name of the database is Aru. That means drop means it is permanently removed from the memory. Created, if it is not required for the time, you have to delete it. Okay. So, that is not mean we have to create a single database, that may be a multiple database you may create, list all the database. So, number of database you are creating, you will list all the database or display all the database. So, list all database. What are the commands? List all database means display all the database you are created. So, the command is show. Show is a command, show database. What you show? You show the databases. Show the database. That means all the database will show and it is displayed on your computer screen. Next one is rename. Suppose one name is given Aru. For the time I want to change this name Aru to other name. That is called a renaming. Okay. You rename. Initially it's I am giving Aru, for the time I want to change it, the name I want to change, that is your rename. Rename database. Name, rename means you give another name. Rename database, alter database old name, then rename new name to the new database. Okay. So, alter database, the command is alter database, and you write the old name. What is the old name? Old name, what you write? Old name of database. So, what are the old name you are already provided and you want to change some new name. So, rename new database name. Rename new database name. Okay. Suppose I want to alter database Aru is already created before, I want to change into another name. So, alter database old name is Aru and rename to a new name. New name is let it be HSS. Okay. So, old name is Aru. So, old name is Aru. So, now it is replaced by HSS. Whatever the name you give it, that is depending upon you. You provide the new name. What is the old name? And you provide the new name for this particular database. That is called your renaming. So, this is about the database, how to create a database, how to rename the database, how to select the current database for the use, and how to delete the database. Then we go for table. This is for database, then create for the tables. The similar concept is there, the same create command is used to create the table also. So, create a table. Similar concept is there, create table, table name. The syntax is create table, table name, create table, table name. Then you write field name and data type, size. Then field name, data type, then size. That is not only one, multiple you can provide n number of field name, data type and size. Suppose I want to create a table, the name of the table is employee. So, creates table, the table name is suppose employee. In the name of employee I want to create a table. Then field name I will write employee number, employee having employee number. Employee number is a which type? It is a number type. What is the size? The size is let it be, size you provide the what is the size? Size is let it be 5. Then employee name is let it be character type, size may be 20. Then employee address is let it be varchar. What is the size? Let it be 50. Over. So, that means in the name of employee, we have to create a table. The name of the table is employee. How many fields? The table having 3 fields: employee number, employee name, employee address. So, semicolon indicates end of the statements. That means a table, what you show, if the syntax is correct, it will show you the table is created, but it is not visible to you, it is created in memory. Okay. So, in the name of employee, a table is created. This table having 3 fields: employee number is of number type, employee name is of character type, employee address of variable character type. Okay. So, list current table. Okay, list all tables in a current database. Suppose a particular database having number of tables, use display all the tables. How to display? Display all the tables in a database. Suppose a database having 4 tables or 5 tables, you display all. So, list all the tables in a current database. List all tables in a database. Okay. Suppose this is a database is already created in a particular name, suppose HHS. So, many tables are there, number of tables you are already created, or employee suppose 2 core, so many tables are already created. So, you want to display all this. So, how to display? The command is, so in a current database, what are the different tables already are there, you want to display it. The command is show. The command is show. Show what? Show tables. Show tables. That means all the tables what are present inside the database, that will show you. The command is show. So, display the structure. When you create the table, it is already stored in a memory, but it is not visible on your computer screen. Display the structure of the table. So, display the structure. Structure of table. So, table is already created, it is in memory, it is not visible to you, you want to display on your computer screen. So, what you write? DSC. DSC means description of the table. what are the table you are created, what is its description, that is so description of table name. So, suppose I will write DSC employee. So, what it will show you? Employee, the name of the table is employee, it will show you on the computer screen. So, E number is a number type, size is 5, size 5. Similarly, whatever employee name is of character type, employee address is of character type, what is the size, what is the size, that will show you on the computer screen. That means, when you create the table, it is not visible to you, internally the structure is maintained in your memory, computer memory. When you write DSC, the structure will be displayed on your computer screen. That is about DSC. Next is your modify the structure or structure of the table. Modify the structure of the table. Modify the structure of table. So, already a table is created, I want to modify its structure. A particular structure is created, I want to modify it. First, delete a column. First, I want to delete a column. Suppose initially I want to already created 4 columns. In the further time, I want to delete another column. Suppose let it be a particular table is suppose employee. This is having let it be Y A B C D. There are 4 columns or attribute already created. In the further time, I want to delete one. I want to delete this column. So, what you will do? That means you want to change the structure. Initially, it is having 4 columns. In the next time, it is needed only 3 columns. 1 column need to delete. So, how to delete? Alter table name. The syntax is alter command. Alter table name. So, which table you want to alter or change? Alter table name. Drop column. So, drop, you have to drop it. Drop column and you provide the column name. Which column you want to drop? Drop column name. Okay. So, alter table name. Suppose I will write alter table. Suppose table name is suppose employee. In the employee table, you alter it. The name of the table is employee. Employee. You drop what? Drop 1 column. Suppose any column. Suppose employee table is there. Employee table is there. The table having let it be 4 columns. A, B, C, D. I want to drop D. So, you provide the column name is suppose D. So, Dth column will be deleted. That field will be deleted from the table. You have to drop it. Drop means that column will be removed from the original table. So, the next is your add a new column. Suppose initially I already created a table having 3 columns. Next time I want to add some columns. There is some existing columns are there. I want to delete some columns or maybe add some new columns. So, initially a particular table suppose employee is already created. This is having let it be 4 columns A, B, C, D. I want to add a new, suppose I want to add a new column is E is added. This column I want to add it. So, how you can insert a new column name or new column you insert further. So, insert a new column or add a new column. Add new column in a table. Add new column. Again the command is alter. Alter table name. alter table name. So, in the previous case I want to delete it, delete means you write drop. Here I want to add a new column. So, what you write? Add column. Add is a command, add column. Which column you want to add? Add a column and provide the column name. Obviously, new column is added and you provide what is the data type, what is this data type and what is the size. You give the size of this particular field. Suppose I want to add E column. So, this E column will be added, the name is E and what type of data it is and what is the size of that particular field. So, suppose I will write example, suppose I will write alter table employee, the employee table is alter. You want to add a new column, the new column is E. Initially there are 4 columns A, B, C, D. I want to add a new column, the new name is E. So, add column, what column you add? Not as one column, multiple column you may add. For your understanding purposes, I am giving only one column. So, add a new column. So, add column, you provide the column name. So, what is the column name? The column name you provide. So, add column, column name is suppose E. E, what is the data type? Data type is whatever the data type you declare, let it be varchar. What is the size? Let it be 20. So, this is the column name, is the data type, this is the size. Alter, which table you want to alter? The original table name is employee. What column you add? The column name is E, I want to add E. Add column name, column name is E. What is the data type? Let it be, it is a variable character type. What is the size? Let the size of E will be 20. That means, a new column is added, its size is what? A size is let it be 20. Then this is the last command for the today's class. Another is change the name table. I want to change the name of the table. That means I want to rename it. So, you rename it. So, similarly, rename a table. Like your rename a database, already previously you give one name and I want to change it. The similar concept as your database. So, alter table, what is the old name? Old name, then rename to new name. New name, old name of what? Old name of the table. Suppose I will write alter table, suppose employee. Initially the name of the table is employee. I want to rename it. This is the old name is employee. I want to rename it a new name, the new name is EMP. So, this is the new name, this is the old name. I want to rename it. And just one comment, the last point is delete. Delete is a command. So, delete the records. So, delete the records from the table, the command is delete. So, before delete the records, I will discuss about delete the table first, because delete command is under DML. Here I will delete the records, I will not discuss, delete the table first. Like your delete the database, similarly already created a table, you want to delete it. So, delete table. Similarly, like your database, the command is drop table name. That means, what are the table you have to created, you want to delete it from the memory, permanently it will delete. So, drop table employee. Okay, we are already created, the name of the table is employee, or whatever the table you are already created. If you drop it, it will be permanently removed from the memory. Like your database permanently removed. Similarly, the table will be permanently removed from the memory. So, next class I will discuss about data manipulation command, how to delete the records. See, again delete command is used to delete the records, or the drop command is used to delete completely the structure of the table or structure of the database from the memory. Okay. Thank you all. Now, I conclude my class.